I cried for the first time tonight. I mean, I've cried before. It's just as it's the first time I cried since my father died. Didn't cry at the funeral. Couldn't afford to cry. I had to be strong for my family. If I started crying, my mom would have lost it. See, my father, he had been sick for a while. He was a diabetic, a double amputee, and renal failure, blind in one eye and partial sight in the other. Plus, he had dementia. So, you see, I was losing him a little bit every year I would go home. I cried in front of him one time at the nursing home, but by the time it got down to his actual death, I didn't have anything left. Early on in his illness, he would go in and out. Sometimes I would just sit with him until he had a clear moment. But of course, those moments became fewer and far between. I can remember the last time I saw him, it was around Thanksgiving. My mother and I went to the nursing home, and there he was, sitting in the TV room, hunched over, his head almost in his lap. Then we started talking to him, and he responded a little bit. Then his lunch came, and my mom started feeding him. That was her ritual. The only thing she could do for him was wash his clothes and feed him. And I just remember thinking to myself that she looked so disgusted that her man that she had spent her entire life with was now reduced to what was just a mere fragment of himself. So, I kept talking to him, and I started complaining about how my mom was getting on my nerves. And then all of a sudden, he raised his head and looked me straight in the eye. And in true character said, "That's your mother." We both fell out laughing. Because, that was one of our running jokes. And then he was gone. It was maybe, 10, 15 seconds? But it was the best 15 seconds we had in a long time. And I loved it. I was watching this movie the other night. Courage Under Fire. Yeah. Well, I said all that to get to the end of the movie where they were talking about pride and children. And I was wondering if my dad was proud of me. I didn't get a chance to achieve all the things I wanted to before he died. I was talking to one of my boys the other day about this wonder boy complex I have. I've always heard, "We're expecting great things from you. You've got so much talent, so much potential." Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's why I did so many drugs, to take me someplace I was afraid to go myself. I cried because I missed my father. His voice, talking to him about life. Sometimes I thought he didn't understand where I was coming from, but, he did. I'm different, but not that different. Well, he used to say, same situations, but with different people. Yeah, right. I'm sad because I haven't been able to talk to him about what's been going on in my life for the past 4 or 5 years. Help me figure some of this shit out. But I guess that's what they call growing up.